Okay, on this one we've got a passive buzzer, which is a little different than active buzzer, and we'll go through and talk about that. The first thing that we need to let's look at the wiring. Same as with the active, it's just a ground and a positive. We're hooking the positive one up to channel number 8. Again, this is the one without the sticker on the top that you can see there. Um, we're hooking it to channel number 8. The other side goes into ground, so piece of cake on that one. Okay. Now, the main thing that we need to know is the first thing it does is it has this thing called include pitches, and what that is a library. So the first thing you will need to do is install the library, which can be done under Sketch, include library, and then add a zip library, which we've got in our list of programs, right? So I click on that add zip library. You're going to go into wherever you're keeping your codes folder. So here's my code, and then all of these lessons, we're going to go right into this would be the passive buzzer. Okay, and you can see that there's pitches, which is a compressed file. Go ahead and click that and click open. I've already included this, so I'm not going to do it again, but that's how you do that. Make sure you include that, otherwise this is not going to work. It's going to be like, I don't understand what this pitch is, what this library is. Got to include that. Now, this is a bunch of stuff basically from the library, okay? So won't worry too much about it. Basically what's going to happen is it's going to go through a basic scale like we would have in music, okay, with basically a half a second in duration of the pitches. So rather than like with the buzzer where we just had like a single sound we could make, this one will actually, we can put in different pitches, frequencies that we go through. So there's not much else to set up here, okay, because you'll see that within this void loop, okay, it calls this thing called melody, okay, where it throws in 8, right? And what that is that's the pin that the thing is connected to, that the buzzer is connected to. So again, this is within that library that you've installed, okay? So we put that in right there. Okay, so we don't actually have to set that up like we typically do, because when we call the library, it does that for us. So it's a little bit different. It's kind of, we're gonna kind of treat it like a black box. That's okay. This is to give you some idea of what's going on here, right? So my loop basically goes from 0 to 8, not 8 pin. This is going to be 8 times through this, and basically for every duration, it's going to play it for a half a second and then wait a full second before it goes to the next one. And within that, it goes to melody this note. And again, this note is going from 0 to 8. And it basically, again, within that library, 0 is, one note, 1 is a different note, 2 is a different note. You can play, different pitches as we go through, okay? Once it goes all the way through those 8, it waits 2 seconds and then starts over. Again, goes 0, 1, 2, 3. Again, each one of these numbers corresponds to a note within that library that we put on, okay? So when I come over here and I switch this guy on, and it waits 2 seconds. I'm just going to start over. And what it's doing is 2, 3, 4, right? It's doing each one of these notes half second off for a full second. And then it starts back over 0, 1, 2, 3, and so on and so forth. Okay, and so that's how this program works along with its library.